but
On paper.
I think it's a bit of a waste. On paper, yeah. We haven't seen it win today. Teams have run with it and won before. I think for Neon's case, you've got the Oracle. You want to look for a pause one that can fight way more than a Drow would. So you're looking at Troll. That deals with the Phoenix really well as well, mind you. Like the egg is going to melt. Troll is a good way of getting that done. Maybe the Sven comes out here. Neither of these heroes have been banned out. So those are solid options for Neon to look at. 496. They've got the Phoenix Mars. So they've got that solid combo. They have to be very careful of going all in on team fight. We've seen that also fall apart. 496 has to kind of balance it out, look for heroes that can keep giving you opportunities to find these kills without having to wait for those cooldowns. That's how I want to see their draft evolve beyond just the Mars Phoenix. They have to go beyond that.
They're using a lot of time. 40 seconds reserve time left. They are really thinking heavily about this third pickup. Oh!
Ooh.
Pos 1 Ricky, I believe, is what we're looking at.
Mm.
I love it. I personally think it is still a very, very strong position 1.
Mm.
Is there a chance that we're going to see something like a Pos 4 Ricky again? It's doubtful. I don't think that's the way to go, but then again, 496, they do tend to draft some pretty interesting sort of drafts. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, yeah. They've gone out of their way before. But I think in this case, it's probably just going to be straightforward Ricky core. The flexibility is there, though, so you can't discount that. I think the team fight is looking fantastic for 496. Ricky Mars Arena with that Tricks of the Trade is really potent. I do worry, though, that they've picked Ricky into Avenge. So swap. If you don't get Revenge Silence, she can just swap whoever you've locked into that combo. And that basically breaks everything 496 has on hand. It's still potent. They've got to be very wary of the Venge making plays there. That's going to be the key for Neon to bust that.
Fun fact, John. Neon was playing Yopaj TA just a few hours ago in another league. Yeah, so they were actually saying we're just getting warmed up with this TA. They weren't lying. They do go for the Yopaj TA again, and I didn't exactly get to watch that game, John, because we were casting, of course, but it looks like he had some fun. So, see how it all pans out here. But 496, why is there a Monkey King in my game, John?
I mean, it looks like that might be just to tie in this team fight. So you've got a hell lot of AoE damage coming out, right? Tricks of the Trade, Wukong's Command, Arena Egg. This is all really potent from 496. I do worry a bit. I said they had to look beyond just arena combos. They've gone all in on arena combos, which can work, but you really have to play around that timer. You've got to ensure that you land that egg, you land the arena, you get that farm in your Ricky because he does not like playing from behind. Neither does the Monkey King. So it's a lot of momentum here 496 has to find, and they've got to make it work for themselves. Neon, for their part, it's still straightforward. Venge TA is a really nice combo. Great minus armor synergy, great aura synergy as well. So Neon's kind of making that work. They're keeping their pause 1 pocketed. Going to be the Skem for last pick. Skem's last pick. And they banned out Chen 496. So they don't want to deal with that pause 1 from Skem.
Nah. That's respectable as well. Because the pause 1 Chen is so weird. When it first came out, I was sitting there so confused. Like, what is this going to do? And then, long behold, in 20 minutes, they'll just win the game. Every single time. With that position 1 Chen. It scares me, John. It scares me quite a lot. Still, 496, one final pickup left. Are they lacking a mid laner? Is this a Pos 4 Monkey King we're looking at? What are we looking for here for 496?
It's a tricky one. I don't know how I feel about TA up against Monkey. I think Monkey can get bullied by the time you hit level 3. On the TA, maybe level 4. So once you got those side blades out, it can get harder to leverage that range advantage. Mars mid doesn't sound too bad against TA. You're tanky, you block physical. I think that might be what they go for. 496. Do
what
pick
is
up
this?
the Mirana.
What is this draft? Neon Esports.
Oh,
this is what I love about these two teams, though. I know my reaction may have been like, what are they doing? But I love the uniqueness. Right? Where else do you see position 1 silencer? You know, 496 basically have a 5-core lineup at the moment. if you don't count the Phoenix.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
things are looking spicy here. I wonder, John.
Hmm.
I guess I could ask you the hard question: who has the better draft? But I don't know if you can honestly give me an answer that you believe in.
Well, I'd say Neon. I honestly believe that. I think Neon's draft is so much more simple to pull off. Look
Okay.
at 496's draft. Where's the lockdown? They've got the spear from Red. So they've got that. They've got the arrow, but neither of those are the most reliable. And they've also got a lot of emphasis on team fights. Whereas Neon, they don't have as much control in team fights. They do have a silence. Global Silence will bust 496 up as long as Neon's on the offensive. And I think that's all they need. They just need Schem to hit the 6 mark, build up some kills there. They've got the supports to be aggressive. The one thing that makes me worry is the core Venge. It is the one factor for Neon's draft, not the safe lane silencer, but the off lane Venge. Again, it hasn't had a good track record as a support or as a core, at least today. So Neon's going to have to break that for the Venge. 496. They've got to play around these team fights perfectly. If they can, it's going to be highly entertaining because you're dropping eggs, you're dropping arenas. You've got Monkey King and Ricky standing on top doing damage. It is very flashy, but hard to pull off. So 496 has a lot of pressure to land their spells.
Absolutely. We'll get into a game number 1 between these two. 496. Someone's lacking that battle pass, John. Very upsetting to see. Gaben would not be happy. We'll have words with him later. We'll go into this game number 1. By the way, John, I want to give a quick shout out to Bombi on the Phoenix. So I've been Techo Rocket from the Australian scene.
Yeah.
He tends to
Good
play
old Techo
SCA a
casting.
lot. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he does tend to get queued up with Bombi quite a lot. And you know me, John. I love people that are positive in the game, right? And these guys on 496, they are very, very positive. No matter how bad the game's going, I have never heard them tilt. So, props to them.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was some banter as well in the lobby. A lot of friendly banter. Apparently, Skem's dad on the other side he was looking for, and Armel has words. I don't know what was going on.
It's going to be a big matchup here, John. 5v5 down at the bot lane. It's like 496 is dispersing now.
Just 30 seconds.
Neon will do the same, but they have drawn some lines out, so they might go as 4. Make it happen. They're being very, very patient, Neon, not revealing any sort of information here. The 496. Playhard will show himself to Yassi. Yassi gonna avoid the gank. Now we'll see the rest, but Fortune's End is gonna fly out. Looks like he should be fine. Arrow flies through absolutely everyone. They will fight over this bounty rune, and eventually Januel will pick it up. And now Bombi does get stunned up. Playhard still going with the battery assault, but looks like he is going to be in trouble. Fortune's End going to hold him back, but no, Yassi does blink forward. Fairy Fire. Playhard is still alive. Yassi does not have another blink strike. That BB, the arrow will not land. But they still want to go. 496, they're not done yet. They want to try for more damage. JG should be just fine.
Oh,
But there's still 4 heroes here from 496. I got excited for a second. I thought we were going to see the quad lane for the first time in Dota's history, but that's not going to happen. So Yassi does TP back up top.
Oh, and that's the lane he doesn't want to be in. Scam's already set on that off-lane silencer. He's going to be farming up alone up there. And the Ricky, he doesn't trade well up against that silencer. You just pop out the glaives. Ricky loses a lot of damage. He loses a lot of int. And for some reason, Scam's portrait for me, Mike, it's showing a very bald man.
Not for me, though, unfortunately.
Oh, that's good. No, I'd say that's... It's a terrifying...
He has
it's
the,
like his face is there.
Has the Super Saiyan hair going on right now, John.
Oh, damn it, I want to see that. Yeah.
Unless it's a helmet, but it does look like some blue hair. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a lovely one. Lovely time. Still, Scam, he maximized that moment when everyone just played rush down one lane Dota. He's got slight EXP advantage up here. Just a bit. Just a touch bit more than Yassi. And again, Yassi's got his work cut out for him. We're going to have to see if they will break this tri-lane bot. They're going to have to assist the Ricky. You don't want that Ricky playing from behind. it's not what you want, right? Like, you want to get to a good timing with your diffusal Yasha and then start hammering in on the enemy. Play fast, play hard, but that's really what you want from a Riki.
Reconnection is there from Hung. We haven't got the go call yet. Going to be very important for Hung to ensure his connection is good here, as he is the mid lane Monkey King this match. You did make the comment that you didn't really want to see the MK into the TA mid. But they have chosen to go with it. And I also question how effective this is going to be for 496. So Yopar should really have no issues, assuming you get a few more levels up for the added levels in the side blades. Now Hung is going to get the Jingu Mastery on.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to play really aggressive in this lane a lot longer. Like, once Yopaj hits 3 is the point where Sideblades can kick in a bit better. You're not gonna get that easy reach on the TA. So it's important for Hung to win this early lanes out. And he's been doing okay.
Scam.
2 to 3.
Scam. Yassi does get the kill. Now John Newell try to run, but they get the slow off with the Icarus dive, and the added damage for Yassi. Body blocks up onto John Newell, and tricks of the trade will be enough. Yassi getting a double kill at the 1.5 minute mark. That is not good news for Neon Esports.
Yeah, I said that would be a hard lane for Yassi. He makes it work. He gets his Phoenix up there. They punish Scam while he's alone, and that is what you want from the Riki. That's what we were talking about. Fast plays, fast kills, nice ramp up. He's going to have an early rate band up to even pump that damage up a bit more. And they're just having a fantastic time here so far. 496, they get a double pull off as well, holding that wave off. The bot lane, you look at JG's progression, he is up there in last hits, but that's a Venge on the safe lane farming up. The impact of that hero, it's not the same as a Riki who finds double kills.
It is definitely not. They are at least going to bring more up here now. Scam and John Newell back at it. Bombi. Keep vision on him. This is allowing Yassi to just continue free farming on that Riki. Scam will try to be as disruptive as possible on the silencer, but he's not feeling confident at the moment. Meanwhile, Yopaj mid lane, very, very low. Hung gonna go after him now. Just claps at him. The refraction keeping him safe. Even with that orb of venom up on Hung, it's just not enough to burn through the refraction. And that damn taunt from Yopaj.
He loves it.
It's such a good taunt though, right? Like, you, for a mid 1v1 matchup, how could you have asked for any more?
Oh yeah, that's exactly what you'd want. And, well, you know, Yopaj holds out. He's at that level 4 mark now. So 2 levels of Side Blades, 2 levels of Refraction. Hung, for his part, and he tried to apply that pressure. His window is kind of closed out.
Arrow.
He can still play, and nice arrow.
Yeah, the refraction is still there for Yopaj, and they'll give him the clap. Very well done. They are keeping more in now. Hung sticking around for the Boundless, but play hard. Going to be able to get the cogs off in time. Still Bombi now. Icarus diving through Hung. He is very, very low, but they don't have the damage, it doesn't seem like. So Hung, he'll be fine with the mischief to just walk away. We are 3.5 minutes in, and there are 6 people in the mid lane.
Oh, I love it. I love how good these teams are playing. Just the constant aggression they're trying to pump out here from that 4-man bot to 6 people down mid. This is what you want to see from Dota. This is Southeast Asian Dota at its finest.
It is.
That is what you sound like.
Yassi just giving it to him. JG still having a very good time down at that bot lane, but so is Red on the Mars. Enjoying himself. Easy CS for this Mars at the moment. Especially considering there are now 3 heroes up here from Neon Esports trying to go after Yassi. He'll be just fine though. Perhaps Skem gave the call to his team that he can't really farm as well as he'd like to without some extra heroes up here. But play hard, not going to waste his time. We'll start rotating for the 5-minute bounty runes. He may need to offer Yopaj some help in this mid lane soon, because Hung is really tearing him apart so far in this Monkey King.
Yeah, it's not looking well for Yopaj. He's opting for the refractions, so he wants to have that leeway for added damage and HP or durability more, but that doesn't give him the range advantage, and Hung can still go around on this TA. So it's hurting his laning, as even the farming is looking a lot better for Hung. So the jungle camp's going to be really important for Yopaj to bounce back from this rather slow mid start.
Yopaj, of course, always has the jungle to go back to on the TA, so he'll be alright. Scam. Under attack right now from Yassi, who turns back around. He does have the Orb of Venom slow, and now with the Icarus dive and Fire Spirits out from Bombi. Scam. You can't afford to play that aggressively when you're playing Silencer.
No.
Still, they get the cogs off, so Bombi might go down as a bit of a trade, and it does. So Play Hard at least getting a bit of a trade here for his team. But that'll be it. You still don't want to lose that Silencer.
No. That's not the way it wants. You want that Silencer to go. Like, Scam wants to have a few stacks for himself of int, you know, from the glaives, from the kills, but he's not finding anything. And the fact that they're committing 3 heroes up top means that his EXP progression is slowing down as well, though they're TPing out here, going down mid.
Hung. Went for the Boundless Strike on the creeps, does heal up. Mischief not going to dodge out Fortune's End, but he has help. The arrow came in from that BB, and John Yuo again going to go down now. Yopaj still trying to man fight this one out, but another Boundless Strike activated for Hung. Play Hard, he's going to have a look around, make sure everyone has left, but they have not. That BB just going to wait around now. Hung with the Boundless Strike out into the arrow, but no, they miss it. Sunray might just be enough, however, with the urn, and it will be. That BB, the one to pick up the kill, and Hung back onto Yopaj. He's just not done with it.
No,
or maybe he is. Those side blades are starting to hurt, John.
Yeah, he was trying though. They're really applying the pressure here, 496 onto mid. A lot of emphasis on locking Yopaj down and ensuring that his supports don't have the time to roam around the jungle. There haven't been any stacks built up as well, so the recovery for Yopaj is going to be tough. He has one camp on that triangle up top. That is pretty much it, along with the Ancient, so not as much as you'd want for the TA. And 496, they find themselves with a 2k lead. They've got this fantastic start down mid. They've got some really good farm up on Yassi. They do dust him up though.
They do. Yassi. Oh, that's a great swap out from JG. Perfect swap usage out from this Venge. Now Play Hard, going to go for an extra kill out onto Bombi. He will be able to close the gap now with the Battery Assault and gets the cogs off. That'll be a nice easy kill onto this Phoenix, as he does not have Icarus Dive available. JG the one to take it on the Venge. That swap though, is a very important kill onto that Riki.
Yeah, that's what Neon was looking for. Those are the kills they wanted. They finally bring some stacks up on Schem. He's got 2 int stolen. Gonna look to steal some more. They've put a bit of a dent on the Riki start, but it's an interesting build-up for Yas. You take a look at our Riki, he is actually saving up for a Midas.
Wow.
So he's not opting for a fast diffusal. He wants to farm, which can pay off, but in this case, I think that's going to work against the timing you want to hit. We're going to have to find out, right? Just how fast this Midas is going to be. No, he switches out. So some sense came into Yassi. I don't have to defend Midas Riki. He's going for the Manta style first mic.
Okay. I mean, the Manta's cool. I thought he would opt for the Diffusal Blade here, but I suppose the Manta does have quite a lot of value considering you are up against a Silencer. The Diffusal does really allow you to start abusing the fact that Riki is sort of broken as a position 1. They aren't going to go for it first. And I can respect the defensive play from 496, though, because you have so much team fight and so much damage already out from the rest of your heroes that you don't necessarily need that added diffusal control. It does make enough sense.
Yeah, I appreciate that defensive play here. I think they also understand that Neon's probably going to try to hunt Yassi every time he goes to the lane to farm. So they're always going to have dust on hand. This just helps him stay alive beyond that. Sure that he's not spotted out as easily. And gives a little bit more breathing. So covering their bases there. 496 does still maintain a lead, but you can see Schem off the back of that kill. He's bounced back. He's number 1 tied up with a Morris. Really good spot to be in.
Yassi. He's setting up on Skem here. Skem, he can't get out of this. He's not mobile enough, but JG will be there to help. Still, Global Silence is going to be expended, but Skem, no way he gets out of this, surely, and he does not. Even JG now getting caught in the Pulse 3 Venge. 496, they're one of those teams, John. They will group up and run at you like this.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're not afraid to TP 3 heroes up top to find that counter kill. They've left that bot lane entirely alone, but they're going to try to make moves. They're taking control of the map, and it's always a pleasure watching 496. Like, the last time we saw them were in TI qualifiers, I want to say. And they performed spectacularly there. Great that they've got these opportunities. They're still looking for more. They're just rotating down mid. Really smooth movements to keep that aggression up.
The thing is, though, for 496, they want to fight. I don't think Neon Esports wants to play this game with them right now.
No.
Like, you need farm on your Page, and he's been having a really tough time in that mid lane because they keep throwing 3 or 4 heroes at a time. And look at this. They're going to go again. Hung just going to Primal Spring in. Your Page, the immediate victim here, but he'll try and refract out of there. They're not done, though. Your Hung does get a Balance Strike off, and they do kill off too. Now back onto Skem. And this Silencer cannot do anything. At least Bombi does go down to Yopage. Skem's still on the run here from Yassi. Yopage trying to man-fight Red. They miss the spear. There goes Skem on the Silencer, but Yopage, he might be able to turn this one around. Play hard. He's also there with the hook shot, looking to turn around onto that BB. Does expend 1 leap, but Play hard, never using the hook shot in the end. Does decide better of it. They do still get a 2-for-3 trade for 496.
Yeah, it's really what they want to be getting, right? They're playing around Arena really well. They've got Egg now on Bombi. So next time Arena's up, they're going to have an additional tool for the team fights. The combination's ready to go. They don't quite have Wukong's yet, but you can expect once Hung has that. Of course, he's been playing really aggressive. He's going to be ready to go, jumping in, stepping up with that team fight. And you mentioned it, but Neon, they should not be playing this game. Yopage has so much more to go. He's going for the Desolator first, but...
Spear flying through the tower just in case for Red. They're going to go after that tier 1 mid. And John, I got to tell you, this is looking really, really bad for Neon. You look at the farm of Yopage, he's just behind. And I know he's second in net worth right now, but you're behind a Ricky at 11 minutes in. They're going to hookshot it anyway. With the Wukong's command out already, though. Play hard. Trying to fight, but this might not be the fight. Still, they do get 1 onto the clock, and now Hung does go down on the Monkey King. Bombi doesn't have mana for the egg, so this could be a decent team fight here for Neon, and it looks like it will be, as Yassi, he's trying to run, but he does get stunned up with the Fortune's End follow-up, and John Yuel does take the kill. Oh, it's just such a small mistake from 496, John. Just not having the mana for the egg. That just changed the whole dynamic of the team fight.
Yeah, it's a costly mistake to make. That's a huge bounce back for Neon. That's a lot of stacks coming out for Skem. And that's going to help accelerate Yopage to the point where he has the Deso. Now, you do see 496. They smoke up, though.
Yopage, there's your egg coming out. They burn through the refraction with the arrow to connect, and Hung doesn't have Boundless. They'll just commit the false promise straight away, but now they'll turn their attention onto that Oracle. Yassi's here. They are not done. Back onto the TA now. Yopage will survive, but can he survive long enough? The Icarus time. Gonna give vision, but there goes Bombi. Now back onto the Ricky. A great hook shot out. Play hard. He'll get both of them in the cogs. And they will take out Hung. And 496. This kind of playstyle is getting very dangerous for them. They are throwing way too many bodies at Neon, and Neon, they are able to now fight back.
Oh yeah, they're giving opportunities for Neon to find what they need. They're building up here. This is bringing Yopage again closer to the Desolator. 496 are going into a bit of a trap. They're forcing the egg out without the arena. Now they have the arena without the egg. You need to play with both of these skills. You can't stagger them out like that. They have to land. Talked about it from draft. Arena has to land with Wukong's on top, with the egg on top for a fully efficient team fight. That's just not quite happening. But they smoke again, 496.
They're not done. They just keep running at Neon. They're so close to getting that tier 1 mid tower, and once you've got that, I suppose the TA has little places to farm. Smoke. Going to be scouted out as they did place an observer ward through the smoke, but Arena is there with the hookshot out from Playhard. They are going straight after that. Mars and Red is falling way too low and will go down. So does Bombi. Now Skem moving forward, going after Yassi. He does have a blink away. That BB turning around for an arrow, but that may cost him. Yassi, he'll try for the TP plane, will make it out. But that BB does go down, and 496... they are going to be running out of time if this keeps up. I know they want that mid tower. I just question how worthwhile it is losing this many team fights in a row.
It's really not worthwhile. Yopaj now has the Desolator. They're going to take this mid-tier 1 very fast. They can opt into the Roche pit if they wanted to. With Avenge, with a TA, that doesn't take too long to take out. And that big lead 496 had earlier on, it's down to less than 1k. Yopaj, from that dismal spot in the net worth charts, he's number 1 now. So the TA is online, up and ready to go. Hunk's progress in the laning phase, it's been completely washed out from these fights.
It has. That was the idea from 496, is they never really wanted to take it that far into the late game. They wanted to just try and finish this early, but when you're up against a TA silencer like this, you do have to be slightly cautious about how fast you want to fight. Back into that mid lane. There is going to be a TP in from JG, but nobody will initiate quite yet. JG baiting them in, trying to get them started. They throw the spear out. Yopaj with the Desert looking to fight back. There's your Wukongs with the false promise. JG, he'll survive. Now the egg is out, but they are melting on 496. I don't think they can take this team fight, or maybe they can. The egg, it does explode. Bombi turning it around for his team, or has he? John Newell cleaning up Hung now on the Monkey King. Skem, he's still alive on the silencer. They'll turn back around. This Phoenix is low. He'll Icarus dive away, but Skem gets the kill, and now Dat BB, the only one left, will also go down. Oh, it looks so good for a second there for 496.
Oh.
I thought after the egg, I thought surely there is no way Neon comes back, but Skem, he was out of range, and he just kept whacking away with those glaives.
Yeah, apparently that's all you need here. And Skem, we talked about him needing in. Mike, he has 18 now. Out of nowhere, the guy just suddenly has a lot of big brains, and Skem is looking mighty scary. He's got drums up. He's saving up for the Force Staff. He's going to have mobility on hand. The Ricky Silence not going to stop the Silencer for too long now.
On the brighter side for 496 though, John, they did get that T1 mid tower. So, that's gone, but Hung, top lane, going to get hooked on. Cogs is going to trap him in, and man, the damage from Yopaj. He's clapping at him, John. Hung, trying to run. Yopaj, still clapping, knows that he's in here somewhere. The urn will wear off. Primal Spring is almost available. They will not find him. He will be able to tree dance out. JG doesn't have Wave of Terror to throw out and get vision. Was on cooldown, but they got the T1 top tower, and Neon, they'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic set of events for Neon, right? They lose their mid-tier 1, but they find these kills. They find a top tier 1. There's that rush that we were talking about earlier, straight into it. And it's not going to last for too long. That is just going to melt way too fast for anything to happen from 496.
That it will. Or will it? Bombi, he was looking for a dive in, but it's very, very difficult without vision to get that Icarus dive off for the Aegis Steel. So Neon will happily walk out. Their draft is really just back on track now. Yopaj doing Yopaj things. Has completely caught up. And he gets a Grove Bow, which is always very nice. Oh, never mind, a Vambrace is there now. So he gets both.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, too bad you don't have 2 slots. Still, Neon, they've smoked up. They're trying to hunt for more. They know they're strong. They want to build up those stacks and Skem. Can they find someone? No one in this triangle.
That BB's around. Pings come out, play hard, he'll hold on to the hook. You'd rather just hold out. Bombi also around. Well, bot lane, who have they spotted? It's going to be Yassi. But there's... Oh, there is a way. Play hard. He TP to the tier 2 tower just to get the hook shot off in time. And Yassi's going to die. That is perfect play out from Play Hard. Gets the rocket flare and ends up getting the TP hook shot.
Yeah, just outstanding from Neon, that bounce back. And I believe there were pings coming out from 496. They might be baited to think that there's a Tinker War there, which isn't the case. It's just good game sense from Neon. They've got to be careful about investing in those spots because there's not even anything there from Neon to punish. It's going to be wasted resources if they do fall into that.
That BB, he does claim the tier 1 tower, but it may cost him his own life. He will mech up. Still leaps away, but no, JG does have the follow-up. And they see another. They spotted out Bombi. Hookshot not available for another 10 seconds. But if you can get on top of Bombi, he shouldn't be able to Icarus dive out of there. Sunray, Bombi now realizing he could be in danger. Hookshot, play hard, still has vision. Bombi. Oh no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
That wasn't it.
No. Although, Yapaj?
Yeah, red. Arena. And Spear, Yapaj still just going to turn back around. He does have the Aegis, but he is all alone. His TP, his friend's trying to TP back in to help out. Global Silence committed, cancelling off that Wukong's command, but Hung, he had an illusion rune? No, it was a Manta. Be alright. But for 496, you force out the Aegis, you force out the Global. That'll be enough for them. They'll get back.
Yeah, they did have to expend Wukongs though, so they're not going to have that team fight available. And Bombi.
Oh, JG, he swaps him mid-dive. Gotta be careful when you're going into that Venge. He's very, very dangerous. Get another tier 1 tower, now invading the Dire Triangle. Pick up those bounty runes. 496. You start to wonder when their draft and the strategy they were trying to run is just going to wear off. It just hasn't looked great for them for the past 5 minutes or so.
Nah, they've been way too rash in forcing these earlier fights out. So Neon now, they're out their power spike. 496 has a bit of a curve back. We're looking for BKBs flying in at some point. And you're going to need it on your MK. And you're going to want that diffusal or the nullifier coming out on Yasi. So those are the key items for 496. You're going to have to stall until that point. Unless they get some really good egg combos.
Shot in, play hard. They destroy him. Red just disappears on the Mars. Now the Cogs push back on Hung. Skem is hitting like an absolute truck on that silencer. The Neon, they're feeling it. Going into that mid-tier 2. That BB moving in with the Moonlight Shadow, but oh, Yapaj.
Oh, boy.
My goodness. Just deleted. That tier 2 mid-tower, it's not going to last long in Neon. They were posturing. They were looking to go... Yeah, they're going high ground. BKB out on Yapaj. They want to make full use of this 10-second charge, and they seem to believe 496 can't stop this.
I mean, that's a lot of confidence. They've got to respect the high ground here a bit. There's Wukong's, there's Arena, there's Egg. Lots of potency for 496 in this defense.
Wukong's command, they do get the stun off onto Yapaj. Still, he will be able to walk out of there. Are they aiming John Yuel? Yeah, they are. The Oracle is low, but not dead yet. That BB jumping in now with the Starstorm, but the Egg is going down again. Neon, they need to get out of here. They will lose one in the Oracle. Now with the Global Silence, though, trying to fight back. Skem still going, but does die to Yassi on the Ricky. And that's 4 heroes down for the price of nothing. Neon, way too overconfident.
And they had to pay respect to it. Right before that happened, they can't go high ground like that. You've got to be very careful with the Arena Egg combo, with Wukong's on top. It is still a lot of damage. So punishment onto Neon. You're going to have to temper their bats back. They did hold on to Yapaj's 10-second BKB charge. They're going to have to look for some other tools, especially on Skem. He's looking to finish up his Hurricane Pike. But with Global Silence down for a bit more, you're probably not going to find any openings here for Neon or 496 in the next minute. So they're going to sit out, wait for those timers to go off, but they're going to have to try to play faster. It looks like Neon doesn't want to let off that steam. They're grouping up.
They are. I mean, you still have the Ricky MK to go into late game, so they might not feel confident letting this game drag out here for Neon. Who are you going to go on, though? They did spot out Yassi for a second, but can you go for the blind hook here on Play Hard? Oh, he gets it! Play Hard! Oh, that is disgusting.
Oh, man.
Looks like he'll be fine. Magic Missile out. Yassi. Strike away. Arena going to be dropped. They're going to try and just defend their Ricky, but the chase is on. Play Hard. Still rushing forward to Januel, or rather Bombi.
Oh.
Yeah, they are melting right now. Yopaj going back onto Hung. There's your egg, but it might just be too late. They have time to focus it down, and they will. Yopaj with a triple kill out.
Oh boy. This is nightmarish for 496, Mike. You look at Scam. Look at how much int the guy has. 42 int now, out of nowhere. Bouncing back in on that core silencer. And this is one of the things with Neon's draft. They can scale near infinitely because of how the silencer works. So, Scam, he's hitting like a truck, and all he has is drums with no charges and a force staff.
Yep. Seems like a good hero to me, John. Oh, I hate Skem so much. How dare he rule my pubs like this? Love you, Skem.
You know the best part about this? If you said that as "love you, Skem," really, it sounds so fitting. So
does,
you have no clue still.
Hung. Oh, great boundless strike out with the Wukongs, and now a four-man arena out with the Sunray flying through, but the global silence is going to be there. Still Neon. They are falling darn quick. They need to get out of there. Skem, he's going to try and force staff away, but there's Yassi. Blink striking forward. Back onto that silencer. They are ripping them apart on the side of Neon Esports as 496 want to continue the chase. Somehow Hung's ended up on a cliff, but it won't matter as they are going to find a fourth hero. And that is going to be the Oracle. So tier 3 tower goes down, but you lose 4 heroes, and you get a tip.
Yeah, 496. Look, their high ground is insane. Right? It's the Wukongs. It's every single time Hung sets up for them, forces Neon in awkward spots. Skem is just a bit too late in the silence. Like, I get it's reactionary, but by the time he drops it, the arena's on top, the Wukong's on top. You're not stopping. So that's one thing. Neon needs to be the aggressors with the silence. They can't be the reactive ones. There's nothing to cancel. There are stuff to preempt. That is what makes it a bit harder for Skem to find that timing with the GS here.
You know who I feel sorry for in all this, John?
Yeah.
There's people watching right now that bet on one of these teams in this game. And they must be having an absolute heart attack for the last 26 minutes of this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's just... Who's winning? What's Dota Plus saying? Dota Plus is having its own heart attack, John. It's almost flatlined. So apparently Neon have a 60% chance of winning. And you see those spikes after a big team fight, but as soon as they go high ground, it just dips right back down.
Oh yeah, it's been tricky. 496, they're putting up that fight. They smoke up as well. They've got all their ults here. Could be time for a big fight, but a good scan stops any sneaky moves here.
Sunray to scout out the Roshan pit, but Neon are around the corner. They're going to spot out Hung, swap out from JG. He's going to go for the magic missile, but the arena is going to actually block the way. They can't get to Hung, but there's the hook shot out. Now from Playhard, trapping up in the cogs. JG getting low, but gets the false promise, and now the egg in the backlines. Can they burst it down in time? No, they can't. They're trying to make a run for it. Playhard's gone down. Now the Sunray's out on JG. He's been left alone. The swap is not going to be any good for JG. That BB on a double. Now the chase on for Skem. Bombi keeping up vision. Hung, jumping in, goes for the Primal Spring. Great boundless strike out, connecting on 2, and now the Wukong's command has been committed. They're going to go after Yopaj, who pops his BKB. Can they take down anyone here? Well, the Oracle is fairly low, but Yopaj now is being focused. He needs to force staff out of there. And but now Skem has been left to fend for himself, and it looks like he is not having a good time. 496, they have the numbers, and they take him out. And man, that was a close spear towards John Newell, but he does TP out in time.
Oh man, the back and forth, it's really insane from
Who's winning this game, John? Who's winning?
Oh man, it's so hard to say. Like 496, they're putting up that fight. Now they're in the Roche pit. So Neon could potentially fight in. They've got swaps. They've got the hook shot from Playhard. He has to be on top of this one. The timing has to be perfect to get that Aegis on their end.
They're still going to fight for this. Neon don't want to let it go. Play hard. He's got the hook shot. He could try for the steal. You've got your Page there with the blink in as well, but 496, they love to fight. So they're going back in. Hung jumping straight onto JG. Now, Yassi, he is fairly low on that Ricky, but he's going to try after Play Hard, but they'll swap out, and now the hook shot back in. He's found 3 of them again, but they will get Play Hard and Yassi both going down, and that's a massive arena, but Yopage is just man fighting right now. After Bombi, they do get the Phoenix, but JG should die through the false promise. Still, they've got to worry about Skem, or maybe not. The Boundless Strike is out, so this Silencer is going to go down. Force Staff is going to be no good. And now John Uel, he needs to run, and he will, but they are going to go back for that Roshan.
Oh man, like, it's just crazy. 496 just jumping onto them, getting the fights to work their way. Again, the reactive silence from Scam just doesn't do enough. It doesn't give them enough space to really fight in. And that Roche, just
they're trying.
Contested.
They're going to try. Both these teams do not like backing down, John. It's about asserting dominance in this game, number 1. They have vision with the traps. They do not blink in, however. Hung is able to pick it up. If that is going to be a buyback wasted, or maybe not, that BB may have been caught out. Play hard. He'll hook shot in, and they do at least get the Mirana. But for once, 496 are actually the ones retreating themselves, as they do have a Rax that's on fire right now. That range Rax barely going to survive.
Oh,
7
boy,
HP.
That is, yeah, that's the closest we've seen a Rax of just dying. Gonna have to be cautious about that one if they don't want to give even a small Rax advantage out. Still, 30k lead, 496, 30 minutes in, 30 to 30. It's a really even match. 496 starting to bounce back in. We're seeing that Ricky come into play. Yassi's gonna have a nice build up into that nullifier that we've been looking for. It's gonna be up and running at a good point. Hung's disarm has caused so many issues for Yopage. We've seen him in a couple of fights get disarmed and then BKB after the fact. That's not what you want. Again, they have to be preemptive in the use here, Neon, not reactive.
It's not only
every
that,
single
John.
time it has been that.
Bombi also has the Heaven's Halberd up. So you've got 2 disarms that are constantly just on Skem and Yopage. And look at this, Yassi, he just goes back in. They just hate downtime. Play hard. Sunray down, is still going to survive, but there's your egg being committed now, and they've got to back off here, Neon. Global Silence will be out, they just want to retreat. They will lose the Oracle. Can they lose any more? The hook shot is going to be out, but the Wukong's command is committed by Hung into a great arena out from Red, and Play hard. He gets the false promise. He's alive for now. The swap in from JG, trying to get this Monkey King out of there. Hung, he's out of position. He's going to go down, but that was just the Aegis. We'll try again. They will continue this team fight. They get Red to start things off, and Hung still out of position. Should go down and does, and now Yassi, unwilling to leave the Monkey King behind, will also die with him. And Bombi, well, he'll at least TP out on the Phoenix. And Neon, they say if you can smoke at us, we can smoke at you better. They're going to smoke up once again.
Oh, man,
we have 2 kills per minute right now. That BP. Hook shot, perfect from Play Hard. Cancels off the TP, and Yopage is now godlike. Fun fact, John, we have the equivalent of kills in terms of about 10 League of Legends games right now. It's things are really escalating at this point.
Ah, yeah, that it is. 496. Neon. None of these guys want to play this game long. There you go. 1 right click for the range. And that melee doesn't last any longer. Yopage just melts right through. Skem, 54 int. How do you stop a big brain play like this? The answer is you spam some repair kits. Not enough, though.
Battle, you aim for the head, John. But they need heroes to do so. Here come the TPs. We go again. Red doesn't have a blink, so can't initiate with the Mars. But Bombi, he'll do the damn job himself with the Sunray now, but it's not going to be enough to hold them down. Hoping that Neon would turn back around for a fight, but they will not. And believe it or not, after all this, At 33 minutes, it's a 1k net worth lead for Neon Esports.
Oh, it's so even. It's been such a long time since we've seen such a close match between two teams, and mind you, that's less than 1k for Neon with a massive lead built up on Yopaj. That is all Yopaj. He has 23k net worth compared to Hong next to him at 13k. 10k of that lead is on Yopaj. The rest of it is just kind of bleeding out. So there's a lot of weight here in the TA. They're still looking to group up once more in Neon. 4 heroes down mid. They've got the smoke. They're gonna go for it.
Never back down, John. Never back down. Neon. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder how they're getting so many smokes, these two teams. It's like each team gets 5 smokes every 10 minutes or some crap. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah. It's a lot more. It feels like a lot more than usual, but I think they're just really efficient about it still. Good scan, spots some movement out.
They're going to try and go down towards that bot, but they need to be cautious. They'll get rid of some wards. Got an Abyssal coming out on Hung soon. Yopaj, still 10k ahead of the Monkey King. It's just so far ahead of anyone else in terms of net worth. It's kind of crazy to think that had he been on equal footing with that MK right now, 496 would have a 10k net worth lead.
Yeah, it's ridiculous just how much Yopaj has worked out for himself. Still, key items flying out here. Yopaj finally has the MKB after his courier died a while ago. So it does finally fly in. So all those fights, he was 1 item down. Now you've got that up. Yassi does have his Nullfire up as well, though, onto Ricky. So he can get the control, get the damage out onto 1 hero. That is a major spike for 496, and we'll see if that's enough. They're still holding out, 34 to 32. They haven't made any progress in objectives here. 496, they're going to need to transition these fights into something afterwards.
Who needs objectives, John? Jump in from Hung. Smoke going to be broken immediately, and Neon, knowing the smoke was there, do back off. Feels nice to actually have a second to talk about items now. Very, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Got the Nullifier up on
nuts.
Yassi as well, by the way.
Yep. You can go in, hammer, and control 1 hero. That's the spike we're looking for onto Ricky. That's going to be able to help him engage and keep someone pinned down. I think right now you really want a bit more on Hung. He's got the Basher. He needs to finish the Abyssal to really get a way of jumping in. There's some issues coming out. Skem does have a BKB. So they're starting to get some spell immunity up on the other heroes of Neon, beyond just Yopaj. It's going to allow Skem some opportunities to reposition himself to get the GS off at a better time and really start to give Neon opportunities.
I wonder if Neon knew this was going to happen, and that's why they gave Skem the Pos 1 silencer. They knew the fights were going to happen so often. Speaking of, they've started again. John Red is currently under attack. Does drop the arena. Hook shot, not going to be good. Play hard. It gets blocked off, and now Hung comes in. Skem, meanwhile, actually gets that BB on the Mirana. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Yassi back in onto Skem. Wukong's command, and BKB's being forced in, but JG, a nice swap out on Hung, will cancel the Wukongs, and they do get the kill. Play hard, sounding very happy throughout this team fight so far. As well, Yassi looks to drop, but does eat the cheese. Back onto that Oracle, but the false promise is going to make sure he does remain alive. And this might be it, John. They don't have buybacks. Red trying to run. Does almost go down. The traps not going to be enough, but now the curse is there from Skem, slowing him up. Red trying to heal with the God's Rebuke, but Yopaj jumps in. Does get disarmed, but it won't matter. Skem able to secure the kill and now has 70 permanent in.
Oh, that's just such a joy to watch. You know you're having a good time when you've got that much on your silencer. And 496, they're not tapping out yet. Fight's always there. This is classic C, man. This is like a C pub. Even if you're being pushed in, you never call the GG until it's over.
Absolutely not.
Forcing the tier 4s, though. This is going to be a tricky one to defend.
Bombi's going to give it a shot, John. He has a repair kit. But it is looking pretty tough, Bombi. You've got to get something done now. Swap in. JG will get it started with the magic missile out, and Bombi is surrounded but gets the disarm off onto Yopaj. Another swap in. Poor old Bombi has nowhere to go, but he's going to buy back. Until that ancient falls, there will be no GG call for 496. Oh, Neon
boy.
Esports, they pull off game one, and you know what, John? That GG call never came out. 496,
No.
they will leave the lobby. Neon Esports may have got to them a little bit in this game number one.
Look, it was spectacular plays from both sides. You can see why, in 496 used to give Neon the run for the money again. Before this series, 496 has won, at least in the series they've done so far, from Moon Studio onto Omega League. So this is Neon's bounce back at them. They must be buoyed up from ESL 1. They feel confident after their performance there. They're showing up. 496, they've got to stitch it together. They went all in on a team fight draft. They kind of went a bit too far with the team fights. I never knew I'd have to say that they fought too often. A lot of times the issue is never fighting enough, but way too often from 496, especially in that mid lane. That just gave you Paj's free item. Temper that aggression down a bit and think you're going to have a good time here for 496.
Let's see how it all pans out in game number 2. It's MLP Dota and johnxfire, and we'll see you back in about 10-15 minutes for the second game of the night, or rather second game of this BO2 and the last game of the night. We'll see you then.